Down for the count. In a quiet rural town in India, surrounded by mustard fields and dusty roads, lived a young boy named Ayaan. The town was small enough that everyone knew everyone else, and life moved at a slow, predictable pace. The mornings began with temple bells and the calls of farmers heading to the fields, and the evenings ended with lanterns glowing softly outside mud brick houses. Ayaan was 15 years old, thin, soft-spoken, and invisible in ways that hurt more than being seen. He went to the local government school, walked the same cracked path every day, and sat on the last bench of his classroom. While other boys talked confidently about their dreams, becoming engineers, soldiers, or businessmen, Ayaan kept his head down. He didn't believe in himself. From a young age, he had been told, directly or indirectly, that he wasn't good enough. He wasn't the brightest student. He wasn't strong like the boys who played kabaddi in the open field. He wasn't bold enough to speak up in class. Every failure became proof in his mind that he was destined to live a small, unnoticed life. Some people are born to succeed, he often thought. Others are just born to watch. Ayaan lived with his mother and younger sister in a modest house with a tin roof. His father, a daily wage laborer, had passed away years ago after a long illness. Since then, life had been a constant struggle. His mother worked tirelessly, stitching clothes for neighbors, and Ayaan helped whenever he could. But deep inside, he carried a heavy fear that one day he would fail them too. One afternoon, the school announced something that changed everything. An inter-district athletics competition was coming up, and the headmaster declared that the school would send a few students to compete. The winner could earn a scholarship for higher studies. The word scholarship echoed in Ayaan's mind. That night, he lay awake staring at the ceiling. A scholarship could change everything. It could ease his mother's burden. It could give him a future beyond the fields and dusty roads. But as soon as the thought came, another voice followed. You can't do it. Ayaan had never won anything in his life. The next day, the sports teacher announced tryouts for a long-distance running event. Ayaan had always been good at running, not fast, but steady. He could run for a long time without stopping. Yet, as he stood on the edge of the field watching other boys stretch confidently, doubt tightened around his chest. "What's the point?" he whispered to himself. "I'll just embarrass myself." But then he remembered his mother's tired hands, his sister's books, and the quiet fear of the future. For the first time, instead of walking away, he stepped forward. The tryouts were brutal. Dust filled the air as boys sprinted ahead, laughter and shouting echoing across the field. Ayaan ran quietly, his breath uneven, his legs burning. One by one, others slowed down or stopped. When the whistle finally blew, Ayaan collapsed on the ground, exhausted. To his shock, the teacher called his name. "You're selected," the teacher said. Ayaan couldn't believe it. But belief doesn't come easily to someone who has doubted himself for years. Training began early every morning. While the town slept, Ayaan ran along narrow dirt paths, past sleeping fields and barking dogs. His body ached constantly. Some days he felt strong. Other days he wanted to quit. The other boys teased him. "You really think you can win?" one of them laughed. "You'll be down before the race even starts," said another. Each word hit like a punch. One morning, halfway through his run, Ayaan collapsed by the roadside, gasping for breath. Tears mixed with sweat as he stared at the sky. "I can't do this," he sobbed. "I'm not strong enough." That evening, as he sat outside his house, his mother noticed the pain in his eyes. "What's wrong, Beta?" she asked gently. Ayaan hesitated, then everything poured out. His fears, his doubts, his belief that he would fail. His mother listened quietly. When he finished, she placed her hand on his head and said something he would never forget. "You may be down for the count, but you're not out unless you decide to stay down." She smiled. "Your father used to say that courage is not believing you'll win, it's standing up even when you think you won't." That night, Ayaan made a decision. He would not quit. The day of the competition arrived. The stadium was bigger than anything Ayaan had ever seen. Runners from different towns warmed up confidently, wearing proper shoes and uniforms. Ayaan stood there in worn-out sneakers, his heart pounding. As the race began, runners shot ahead. Within minutes, Ayaan found himself at the back. "I knew it," the old voice returned. "You don't belong here." His legs felt heavy, his chest burned. Spectators cheered, but the sound felt distant. One by one, runners overtook him. Then, suddenly, Ayaan tripped and fell. The world seemed to stop. He lay on the track, dust on his hands, pain shooting through his knee. The crowd murmured. Some runners glanced back, then kept going. For a moment, Ayaan stayed there, staring at the ground. This was it. Down for the count. The old voice whispered, "Stay down. You tried. That's enough." But then another voice rose, his mother's. "You're not out unless you decide to stay down." Ayaan clenched his fists. Slowly, painfully, he pushed himself up. Every step hurt. His knee throbbed. His body screamed to stop. But something deeper inside him had awakened. Not confidence, not strength, but determination. He ran. Not to win, not to prove anyone wrong. He ran because for the first time in his life, he believed that giving up would hurt more than continuing. One by one, he passed runners who had exhausted themselves early. His breathing was ragged, his vision blurred, but he kept moving forward, step by step, heartbeat by heartbeat. When he crossed the finish line, he collapsed again. This time, the crowd erupted. Ayaan didn't win first place. He came third, but to him, it felt like victory. The scholarship committee announced that the top 3 runners would receive financial support for their education. As Ayaan stood on the podium, tears streamed down his face. In the crowd, his mother pressed her hands together in silent prayer, her eyes shining with pride. That day, something inside Ayaan changed forever. He realized that success wasn't about being fearless or gifted. It was about refusing to stay down when life knocked you flat. Years later, people in the town would speak of Ayaan as an admiration, not just as a runner, but as a man who rose above his doubts. He went on to study, work hard, and build a better life for his family. But the greatest victory was not the race. It was the belief he carried with him every day. I can accomplish anything as long as I put my mind to it. And whenever life tried to knock him down again, Ayaan remembered, being down for the count doesn't mean the fight is over. It only ends when you stop believing in yourself.